Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Get it together this holiday season and make gifting easy with Pura's Black Friday sale. Take up to 30% off site-wide, including beautifully curated gift sets for everyone on your list, sleek and modern diffusers for home and car, and premium long-lasting single scents that make the perfect stocking stuffers. Less time shopping, more time enjoying. For a limited time only at Pura.com.
Why can't we sleep after drinking, William?
This is one of the biggest things for me. And when I kind of got this sorted out in my head, I think this was one of the biggest nails in the coffin of my drinking ever. Because if we go back to the physiological side of things, so you're taking this sedative and sedating yourself, but when it wears off, you're left really hypersensitive. And that hypersensitive feeling is almost like having too much caffeine. You know, when you drink too much coffee and you start to feel deeply unpleasant, you know, your brain's kind of racing ahead and you feel all twitched up and you can't relax, and it's just not a nice feeling. So what happens is usually about 5 hours after your last drink, that's when the scales tip. And that oversensitivity really kicks in. So what people find is 5 hours after their last drink, that's when they wake up. So for most people, that's that 3 or 4 in the morning wake up. Someone said to me once, I don't know what you're talking about. I never get that. And when I spoke to him a bit further, what he was actually doing was drinking till about 1 in the morning. And then he'd set the alarm for 6. So the wake up kind of coincided with him getting up anyway. But this is why you wake up in the middle of the night and you don't wake up feeling relaxed and calm and, you know, lie in bed and slowly drift off back to sleep. You lie there feeling, you know, anxious, your heart's hammering, you're worrying about anything and everything, and you may be absolutely exhausted, but you can't sleep. And it's to do with that chemical imbalance. Now, what people don't understand is, or maybe don't appreciate enough, is that sleep isn't about lying down and going unconscious for 8 hours and then getting up and being good to go. We humans go through very specific sleep cycles. And there's different types of sleep that we go through. And I don't think we need to go into massive amounts of detail. But one of the main differentiating factors between the sleep cycles is how deeply unconscious we are. So at one end of the scale, we've got something called deep sleep, which, as the name suggests, you're really deeply unconscious. But on the other end of the scale, there's something called REM sleep. Now, REM sleep is when we dream, and when they've attached sensors to people to monitor them in REM sleep, their brains light up almost as if they were fully awake. So it's this really strange area of sleep. We don't know much about it. We know we dream through it. When they've done tests with rats, when they've starved them of REM sleep, it's actually killed them. So it's a crucial part of our sleep cycle. Now, when you drink alcohol, because it's a sedative, your brain can't get you into REM sleep. Most people, normal, without introducing a drug, in normal sleep, you'll get 6 or 7 cycles of REM sleep. When you drink, you typically only get 2 because your brain can't get you up into that higher level of consciousness that you're needed to go into REM sleep. And then, of course, when the 5 hours is up, you can't sleep at all. If you do sleep, it's that weird kind of just drifting in and out of sleep and not proper sleep. I quite often liken it to, imagine if your prime position is that you get 8 hours sleep a night, and I don't know, say you go to bed at 11 and wake up at 7, and that's your 8 hours sleep. Drinking is like setting an alarm for 4 in the morning every night, and getting up and drinking 7 or 8 massive mugs of strong black coffee. That's what it's doing to your sleep cycle. So it's horrendous. And to be honest, that was one of the things I hated most about drinking, was that waking up in the middle of the night, exhausted, but unable to go back to sleep. And I found one of the things I did when I first stopped, I had that image really close to hand, so that whenever I was in a situation where someone would offer me a drink, or, I was on holiday and I'd look at the bar and think, a cold beer would be nice. The first thing that would jump into my mind is the thought of waking up at 3-4 in the morning, and that, that horrible feeling of anxiety and tiredness mixed together. It's absolutely horrendous. And what I think people don't appreciate is, yes, if you're drinking 2 or 3 bottles of wine, it's quite extreme, but even one drink will impact your sleeping pattern. So these so-called normal drinkers that we were talking about, the people who can supposedly take it or leave it and they just have 1 or 2, they're still not escaping the ill effects, because this is the other thing. People think if you drink little enough, you get all the good and none of the bad. But of course, that's not the case at all.
Yeah, so a build-up of sleep deprivation eventually is going to cause you to probably reach for a drink more. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. It causes all kinds of issues. And I caveat this heavily now, because this isn't true for everyone, but I know a number of people who have been on medication for depression and general mental health things. And when they've quit drinking, they've been able to just come off it. The anxiety disappears. A lot of anxiety is caused by the drinking. As I've touched on, when the alcohol wears off, it leaves you feeling anxious. But I think the impact on your mental health, on constantly ruining your sleep, can't be underestimated.
No, definitely not.
It's a really big thing for me as well, sleep. And in fact, I think our next podcast, we're going to do it on triggers. So the things that really, because, it's traumatic trying to give up alcohol for so many years and for drinking for so long, that when you do give up, you're still triggered by things. And one thing for me is, if I feel really tired, if I haven't had a good night's sleep for any reason, even now when I'm sober, if I feel tired, I immediately feel like anxious, because it reminds me of my drinking days. It's linked so closely to my drinking days, because sleep, like you, William, my sleep and the way it was wrecked was causing havoc on my life. And like you say as well, I am one of those people who was on quite strong medication for depression while I was drinking. A year on, and I literally have nothing at all now. It was the alcohol and the way that it was causing my life to go into a massive downward spiral, and my lack of sleep that was causing the problem.
Yeah. And it's the same for me. Like, I get triggered if I'm tired now. It reminds me of being hungover.
Yeah.
And as soon as I think about being hungover, I think about anxiety and I think I'm having a panic attack. So actually all I am now is tired, because I've got 3 young kids and the days are long and I get hardly any sleep. But when I wake up in the morning, it takes me straight back to that feeling. It takes me, it's like somebody's tapping me in the shoulder from the past and going, you're coming back here with me, because I just suddenly feel huge anxiety when I'm tired, and I hate it. And we call it a sober hangover, Lucy and I sometimes. Like, we have hangovers from being big drinkers that just we can't seem to shake. I'm sure you're a bit further along the line than us. Lucy's nearly a year sober next week, and I'm nearly 4 years sober in March. And I do think that things will change for us at different stages. But for me, there are still repercussions that are hanging over from those days, and for Lucy as well. Do you find you still have a few things that are laying over from your drinking days like that?
Yeah, so funny enough, and you kind of think like giving up drinking, and when you start doing it, you think it's this horrible penance that you have to go through, and then you start to realise all the benefits to it. And I think then I got to the stage of thinking, getting into the mindset, well, you know what, I genuinely don't want this substance anymore. I'm so much better off without it. But it's almost like I kind of think of it as the gift that keeps giving, because even the other day it was, I can't remember what it was. So my 2 boys had just gone back to school on Thursday. So they're back at school after the summer holidays, Thursday, Friday, and they went straight into a school trip overnight. So this is the first time in a decade that my wife and I have got a night to ourselves. So we booked and went to this spa. And it was quite nice weather, so people were sat outside by the pool. And I was kind of watching people drinking. because a lot of people, it's almost like being on holiday. So they go there and they're drinking. I'm sort of looking at them and you start to see things in a different way. And I think even now I'm still seeing things slightly differently and I'm still going through changes because I was kind of watching them and thinking, I just wouldn't want to be doing what you're doing, because you can kind of see them getting up and sitting down and they just look exhausted. You know that kind of, you can tell when someone's been drinking the night before. And they obviously sat there waiting for the bar to open, and the bar opens and they start the drinks going. But we have this image of people like chatting and laughing and it all being good fun. But of course it isn't, because you're sort of watching them and they just look exhausted for the whole day, sort of putting these drinks away.
And also they're so preoccupied with it that in those moments, like they're preoccupied with the next drink. Me and Lucy talk about that a lot, our total preoccupation with alcohol when we were drinking. So you were sat there with your wife probably just enjoying the sunset and looking at the trees. And, you know, me and Lucy have really connect with nature a lot more now, don't we? Like we notice things like natural things more than we ever did because we were always concentrating on the bar. So I do think you definitely learn to enjoy the simple things rather than having that preoccupation. What time's the bar open? When we're going to get our next drink? You know, I don't miss that. Like that, when you're in those moments and you see those people like going on about their drinking like that, I do feel a sense of relief of not being involved in that anymore. You definitely see it for what it is.
Hi there. I wanted to tell you about a podcast that I think every single one of you will benefit from. It's called Therapy Works, and it's hosted by me, Julia Samuel. I'm a best-selling author and psychotherapist. I invite you into my therapy room where I speak to either a known or unknown guest. Topics range from the difficulties of divorce, a life-changing illness, to the struggles of motherhood. Search Therapy Works now, wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to make sure you never miss an episode.
Vic, so do you fancy coming on a sober holiday?
Don't worry, we're not talking about some corporate wellness retreat with cucumber water and enforced eye contact.
No, this is a sober awkward retreat. 8 days of sun, sweat, laughter, and absolutely no hangovers.
Yep, it's all happening in Thailand next October. Picture this: yoga at sunrise, writing workshops, ice baths, Thai boxing, and lots of awkward sober dancing under the stars.
It's a proper holiday with proper weirdos, our kind of people.
Yeah. You'll meet legends who've also given the booze a boot and want to have fun without feeling like a social reject.
Come solo or grab a mate. Bring your awkward, bring your sun cream. No pressure, no judgment, just a big, warm, sober hug in paradise.
All the info is at soberawkward.com/retreats. Come and get sweaty with us, emotionally and physically, in our all-inclusive jungle resort. You'll start out as 15 strangers and leave with 15 new sober mates.
I'm not sure I want 15 new sober mates, actually, particularly sober ones.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're not invited then.
Fair enough.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Make holiday gifting easy with Pura's Black Friday sale. Take up to 30% off site-wide, including curated gift sets, diffusers for home and car, and single scents that make perfect stocking stuffers. For a limited time at Pura.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it, yeah.
And you know what, don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.